from Columbus, Ohio, it's Motown Downtown!
Motown Downtown, come on down to Motown Downtown.
Today's guest, Azzatheace.
Come on down to Motown Downtown.
My name is Tyson Bruno, and here's your host, Mo Chocolate.
Come on down to Motown Downtown.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Motown Downtown, where we are here to make sure that you have a wonderful time and the greatest time. Yes, sir, Bob. So we took a little break. We were out on vacation, but now we're back in the swing of things. So thank you all so much for coming out tonight. Thank you. Okay, today we have a very, very special guest, so drum roll, please. Whoopsie. Where's drum roll? It's been a while, guys, sorry. There we go. For the past 4 years doing the show, we've had a guest. We've had guests of every race and ethnicity, but today, for the very first time on the show, we have an Australian guest. She is a content creator, streamer, and seriously one of the nicest people you will ever meet. So please welcome the gamer from down under, Azzatheace.
Hey guys, how's it going?
What's up, Azza?
Good to see you. Good. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited yet slightly nervous.
It's fine. Azza, thank you so much. I always say this to everybody, but this time it's like it really has some weight to it because this was not easy, y'all. My bestie right here, she lives in Australia, so she's literally the next day in the morning. So just like was not easy to plan this shit. So thank you so much. And not only that, you had to wake up early for this nonsense. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming out tonight, Azza. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Because I wasn't even at home. I was at I'm at my partner's for the weekend, and so I had to get up at 10 to 8 in the morning, and I'm not a morning person. Most of you guys know that. I'm like a night owl. Zach Love will know this. I'm a super night owl, which means I don't go to bed till very late, which would be like 3-4 a.m. in the morning sometimes.
You lost sleep just to be on the show today, so we are very like honored to have you on the show. So once again, thank you very much. Yes.
Very dedicated. I'm very dedicated.
We love that about
Anything
you.
for you, Mo.
That's
Anything
the thing.
for my stream friends.
Aw, Australians are very dedicated, huh? And that's why we all love them. Yes. So for anyone watching who has no idea who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, hello, I'm Azzatheace. You may call me Azza or Ace, whatever makes you feel comfortable in saying. But for my amazing, supportive, loving streaming friends, they also like to refer to me as Azza. And that emphasis, every time I hear it, it just put a massive grin on my face. I wouldn't be streaming, and I would be on someone else's streams or one of their streams, and that's their exact wording or like emphasis of my name, and it just gets me every time. So I stream a whole variety, mainly JRPGs, and from time to time I do class where I play fighter games such as Killer Instinct, Tekken 8, and a few other fighting games will be coming stream with other people down the line, but for now it's just like Tekken 8 or Killer Instinct.
Nice.
But yeah, mainly JRPG. So you've got like the Kingdom Hearts series, the Final Fantasy series, Zelda series, Fire Emblem series, the World Ends With You series, the Mana series. I think I've listed what I'm like currently streaming right now, but that is the so far of what JRPGs I stream, and I plan to stream a lot more, and I'm trying to get back to streaming more days, but with the winter season, it was not on my side this year. um, I was hoping to stream a lot more, but I'm going to have to work things around next winter to see if I should have a better scheduling. Like I'll have, if I feel like streaming the day, I will, but then it'll be mostly like nighttime for the Aussies and other countries to see. But yeah, I'm back to stream next week. It's going to be a lot more
Yay!
because Visions of Mana comes out on my Thursday.
I can't wait for that game.
Oh, I'm so excited for Visions of Mana. Like, you have no idea. I was trying to do a road to Visions of Mana and at least finish Trials of Mana and Legends of Mana before him, but my mental health and other things got in the way. So I'll just, I guess, now that I think September just started or is going to start.
In like a week
so
or so,
I'll be mainly focusing on Visions of Mana, but
Nice.
I'll also like I'll continue with Trials of Mana and then Legend of Mana, and then do whatever else I want to get back into playing, because I do want to get back into doing the Kingdom Hearts series I was doing. I'll be doing 358 over 2 days and playing, not watching the movie, playing. And there's other games that I've put on hiatus as well. And I would like to progress with them. So
That is amazing. That is amazing. I can't wait for those streams. I played the Visions of Mana demo, and it was my first time playing the game. I've never played a single Visions game, and I really liked it. So I'm looking forward to that. So my first question is how did you get into video games? Were you team Nintendo, PlayStation, or Sega?
I would be Team Nintendo. It is what raised me since I was 2 years old. It has raised me ever since.
Okay. So do you necessarily have like a favorite game growing up?
Okay, so I'm not like a critic. I can't seem to get the hang of like saying, oh, what's my number one? What's my top five? Because I'm just like, it's so close together. Like, it's really hard to, like, I could probably pick a game from each series. Like for the longest time, like Kingdom Hearts 2 was my favorite Kingdom Hearts game. But I think ever since Kingdom Hearts 3, especially Remind, that I was just like, oh no, Kingdom Hearts 2 will always be number one, but three almost got there and almost overtook it.
Nice.
It's the first time I actually challenged myself. So like the fact that I did all the limit cut fights and versus Zoro and defeated him, I'm just like, I will never accomplish something like this again. Who knows? I might accomplish something even in grander during my streams. Who knows? But yeah, for other series, my favorite Mana series is Trials of Mana.
Nice.
I'm a huge fan of the OG and the remake version. I love it so much. With the Zelda series, it's always been Ocarina of Time.
Nice.
But Tears of the Kingdom was
so good,
amazing. And then Final Fantasy series is definitely 7. It's the first Final Fantasy game I played, and I actually love the Final Fantasy 7 series overall. So you've got Advent Children, Crisis Core, everything about Final Fantasy 7 I just love. But I will say I really, really love 9 too. I just can't have it overtake 7 though. 7's just too amazing, especially with the remake and 9. Rebirth.
A lot of people.
Yeah, 9 is so good.
Yeah. So you get into video games now. My next question is like, I want to know like what was the big deciding factor, the thing where you decided to do content creation. When you saw it and you were like, I want to do that. Did somebody inspire you to do that, or you just like, I want to do content now? Like, tell me that whole thought process.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take you a ride because this is
Take me for
this
a
is quite
ride.
this is gonna be a slight journey that I'm gonna try and speed up as much as possible. So, of course, when I with content creating in terms of gaming, it was definitely like escalating in what 2012 or something like that.
Okay.
And I think it wasn't until few years after I've been with my partner, lovely Mephisto, he's my mod as well, we decided to create a YouTube channel together, and it was called Retro Retract. So basically, we'll be talking about and playing certain retro video games, mainly the Super Nintendo. We didn't get that far because we ended up on a long hiatus thanks to my very first epileptic seizure,
Mm.
and things just couldn't get picked up again after that. But yeah, pretty much when we started that, a few months later, um, I was asked to be interviewed for a TV show called Good Game.
Nice.
And basically, it wasn't about me and my mental health. I also somehow promoted my our YouTube channel, and we got like quite a lot of subscribers from that.
Amazing.
And then, so when that became a massive long hiatus, and Twitch stream was becoming like a mainstream thing, and we were watching more content creators stream. I just was at this point in life where I was so sick and tired of being judged
Mm-hmm.
based on my disabilities that I can't control, I was born with, and I couldn't have a job that lasted a year just because of how judgmental the world is with people with disabilities. And I was so sick and tired because I was part of this. You had to go to these places that help you find jobs. And fun fact, they never found a job for me. I ended up finding them for myself.
Mm.
And I was just so sick and tired of it all. And then it was around my 30th birthday was approaching, and this was just a few months before I started streaming. And so I just basically asked that if I could just have like money to contribute, just the necessity things I needed to start off. And so I was gifted a new PC.
Nice.
I didn't own a PC for the very long time. And my mic, my headset, etc. So that was a great help. Thank you for the Christmas and birthday presents from mostly my partner actually organized to get this all
Aww.
sorted. So yeah, he's
Aw.
very supportive. He's been my number one supporter. And so yeah, I guess he in fact encouraged me to do this as well, because video games are my passion,
Facts.
and it's my life. I breathe it. I talk video games. It's my second language. um, it's what represents me, and it's because I started streaming. People are able to see the real me, the me that people around me don't want to see. They don't want to accept. And yeah, and it's thanks to all my viewers and my community, the dearly beloved Dream Eaters, that they've basically revived that lively, passionate gamer self in me. And like words cannot describe just how thankful I am to all of my viewers,
Aww.
followers, and all my
Aww.
new studio friends too.
Because we love
I
you,
will
Azza.
not.
Everyone watching
Yeah.
right now, we all love you to death. It's like the old saying goes. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. That's how it goes. Thank you for sharing that, Azza.
No worries.
that was motivational. Thank you.
I told you it was a journey.
I like it. It was a journey that should be made into a movie for real.
I know, right? I know,
So
right?
my next question is like you start doing content creation. every content creator has a unique story behind their username. So what's the story behind yours? Because when I first saw it, I thought it was Azzatheace when I saw it for the first time. So like, what's the story behind your username?
All right, I'm so glad you asked this question because I feel like I've had a streamer or two ask me, and then I'm like, "You really want me to type this in chat? It's going to be a big paragraph," and I'll probably it would probably scare you away. Anyway, so Azza, it has been always been my gamer tag name
Nice.
since um the Super Nintendo version of Killer Instinct. I was okay, so it came out in 95, so I was like 324. I was playing that game, and at the time, this is when it came to high scores, you only had could fill in 3 letters.
Yeah.
So, and my older brother has this kind of similar za nickname. I won't say here, but because I beat his high score, he basically helped me type to my name, and it ended up being AZA.
Mm-hmm.
But I decided to add the extra Z like not long after that. So it's been my identifier for gaming in general and now streaming. And so as of the Ace is actually that came when I started having like when I signed up for PlayStation, you had to make an account, and obviously Azza was taken. Obviously they wouldn't just take Azza. So I was just thinking, and I'm just like, well, and here's a fun fact. In Australia,
Mm-hmm.
those who are nicknamed Azza are actually their real names are Aaron. And so when I thought of that, I obviously didn't want any confusion.
Mm-hmm.
So Azzatheace sounds more like royalty, the queen of Azzas, female Azza in a sense, I guess.
I like that.
Um, but yeah, and you know, Ace is like the highest cards. And I always like the Ace of Spades. I don't know why. I just do. So that's kind of like, and then yeah, so that's kind of like the origin of story of as it is
A
basically.
Motown Downtown exclusive. That is literally a
Yeah.
story you can't find anywhere but here. You're welcome. Anytime somebody asks you in chat, just link them to this stream, this
Oh
video.
yeah, yeah. Clip it and I'll just share it to
Deal,
everyone.
deal. So, now my next question is, what is the one game that gave you the best streaming experience and the one game that gave you the worst streaming experience?
Oh, okay, this is tough. The best streaming experience, I kind of want to say, there's something I do regret though, and that was like streaming 587 Rebirth without having like people to talk to
Mm,
because I had followers only and all that. And obviously I did want to get spotted and all that.
yeah.
So that's fair enough. But I've learned from this experience. It was the first time I actually streamed something blind. So yeah, I just didn't know what to expect. But I'm learning it from now with Visions of Mana. So so my best one, I feel like there is a series, but I feel like when I've been doing the Tekken collabs, maybe because I just have such a blast, and I've gained quite a few followage from streaming that. But I think when I started, I think streaming the Kingdom Hearts series is what actually got me to meet you and Brandon Glovich and Kakiri and Tisha and all that. And that was all
Hey.
thanks to Lance the Master. He asked me to be part of like the charity stream. And I was like, really? I'm not even on 200. Are you sure? And he just needed a slot to be taken. And that was a life-changing experience because Brandon was the one who rated me, and I think that's when I started growing. So my growth is like thanks to him, and then I was starstruck that I had to raid Andy Brew next. I was like, is this really happening? Oh my god! And like now we're friends as well, and it's just and just meeting uh person after person, and the bonds just keep getting like stronger. And I said to myself a little while ago, is this what friends feel like? Is this what having a family is like? um so yeah, I think just through the Kingdom Hearts series has been uh very memorable to me, but I will say for the worst,
Well,
I
hold on.
wouldn't.
Well, before you start, shout out to
Yeah.
Andy, Auntie, and Lance the Master. They were all on a show before. We love y'all to death. But carry on, Azza.
Yeah, yeah. So the worst, I don't know if I think I could name like two because they're quick little moments. And I just like I can't really say they were too bad, but there was like the first one was I was collabing with Brandon with Among Us, and
Nice.
I think I was feeling a bit off or tired or something, and someone new just joined in playing with us, and like I just like felt like attacked, like just with the accusations and all that, and they just kept aiming at me. I was like, what the heck? And I was like, I don't have no energy for this. So that was kind of like a downer for me. But I think another one was like I just started playing Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, and that game is such a like it starts off pretty slow, and if you're not familiar with the series, it's hard to like get everything synced in, and as not as like smoothly paced. And I just had a bad experience where like a diehard fan was just making fun of my voice,
Oh,
making
hell
fun of
no.
how I'm playing, just and the way I look and all that. I was
Did
just like,
y'all ban? Did y'all ban him?
yes, I had one of my mods ban.
Good.
So because I was gifted that game from one of my mods, Leaf 90, and I really wanted to like continue this because he gifted that for me.
Uh huh.
And so yeah, when I get back into it, if it's something that I can't just stream, if I get more people like that, I'm just gonna have to just make them as YouTube videos and then just end up streaming the ones that are more straightforward, I guess, to stream, because it's just so much to like uh like process, and so much you have to like learn on the spot, that it's a series that I'm not very familiar with. So I rather focus on games that I know what I'm talking about, I know what I'm doing, it's pretty straightforward, and I'm more passionate about.
Yeah.
But I'll stream that game one more time and see how it goes. But yeah.
Amazing. And also, hi, Nominee. Nominee's
Hey,
here.
Nominee.
Thank you
Hello,
for
everyone in
gracing us with
chat.
your presence, Queen. Love you to death, bestie. But yeah, so my next question is, so you've been streaming for a while now. So what advice would you give someone that wants to start streaming on Twitch right now? What advice would you give them?
I would say just stream the games that you're passionate about. Don't necessarily go for what's trending right now, because that would just lead to you hidden amongst all the
Yeah.
bigger channels. Be just be passionate about it. Don't worry about the views that you're not getting at to start with. I didn't start with uh uh 12, 20 viewers
Yeah.
like that. I think I started with three or two or one or zero or whatever. Just play as though someone's watching,
Yeah.
because the truth is someone's going to drop in and they're going to start watching you, and if you're not like talking or being enthusiastic about the game you're playing or whatever, they're just going to click off. The other thing is don't try to buy like all the high quality stuff straight away.
Yeah.
I started off with uh like hand-me-down stuff, so like old monitors that my partner got from work, and I had one of his old webcams, and then everything else was luckily I was fortunate that it was my birthday and Christmas line up pretty much at the same time, so I was gifted those, and then you just build yourself up gradually, because it's not necessary immediately. You will get the great quality eventually, and your viewers will understand, and that's why we do have other apps that support us like Throne. We'll list the things that we will need, and they'll eventually will probably be gifted at some point. But yeah, you just focus on what you have now, and then like just start saving. But that's on
Amazing.
the time. Yeah, that's in terms of the right equipment. But yeah, just be yourself, be your passionate self about the games that you love, and just don't be fixated on each stream. It's like, oh, nobody watched, or
Yeah.
I'm not getting any progress, or I'm losing followers. Like, yeah, I lose followers all the time. Like, it's going to happen, especially when you are not well and you can't stream and it ends up in a month and you're losing followers. Like, that happens to me consistently, and yes, it does drive me insane. It does hit me hard on my bad days, but I just the best thing you could do, even to just ignore that fact just a tiny bit, is collaborating, meeting people
Yes.
with the same interests, because at the end of the day, that you're introducing each other to each other's community, and you're also growing together as well. And I learned that a lot with from my mod Leaf90, and he has the biggest heart supporting me, and
Aw.
he always wants to collab with me. I was the one who introduced him to the Tekken series, and I've just been having a blast playing fighter games with him. It's just such a joy. And yeah, do collabs with a bunch of other multiplayer games with others, because you're not only just like gaining viewership that way. You're not only just meeting new people and gaining strong friendships along the way. You are actually, most importantly, having fun with it as well, and learning new things along the way. So yeah.
Amazing.
That's
That
my,
is
my
the
that's
best
my
best advice
advice.
on Twitch. That is a fact. Thanks for that. And so you build this community, your X amount of years streaming on Twitch. You build this community of yours. What are your thoughts on your community? And do you have any shout outs you would like to give out?
So to sum up, that my dearly beloved Dream Eater community, I have a reason why I call them Dream Eaters, if you'd like to know.
Yeah.
Um, so I call them my Dream Eaters because of I have it all. I was going to make a video about this, but I just haven't had the time to do it. But essentially, you guys are my Dream Eaters because you basically protect me and my emotions from the negative side of things that is my reality of life. And
Mm-hmm.
you guys have gotten me through so much. Like, I would be feeling miserable, and somehow you all just somehow make my day. Whether it's been silly or just the emphasis of Asa. And it's just the fact that you guys love seeing me and want to collab with me and all that just means the world. And it's a Kingdom Hearts reference. And like, if it's a lot of lore story when it comes to Dream Eaters and all that, so that's why I connect them together when it comes to me. I think I will explain this later down the line because it's such a long explanation. But to sum it up, my community is just so supportive, so loving, so caring, and I am just I'm just so thankful to each and every one of them that I feel like I need to do something like to give back. That's why I'm trying to think of a variety of things to show my appreciation. That's why I kind of made that like 1K goal
Yeah.
that if I was to reach 1K followers by the end of the year, I will stream Persona 5 Royal.
How far are you from that?
Well, I was on 512 followers. I'm now 510, I think.
But
And I feel like I would have been much closer if it weren't for the fact that I had a lot of mental health
it's all
and
good.
other
It's all
stuff.
good.
Yeah, so yeah. um but yeah, I just want to give back to my community as like as can't finish the sentence. Um as soon as possible, basically, because they do so much for me more than they realize. And I think you would know this from my anniversary, my stream anniversary
Mm-hmm.
video that you asked to watch again,
Yeah,
that made
yeah.
you bawl your eyes out. um, so yeah, they just mean the world to me. They're like my family, my true family, my true friends.
And do you have any
Um,
shout outs you like to give?
Oh yes, my shout outs. So shout outs to my mods, Leafa90
Nice.
and Shinky. They are my amazing supportive Canadian brothers who make me laugh so much and are so loving and caring. Love and appreciate you guys so much for what you do for me. Um let's see. I like to shout out Mo for being so supportive every time I go live, even for a quick chat. I love and appreciate you so much. um, I would also like to shout out, let's see, Namine for being the loving, kind soul that she
Yes, she
is.
is.
Also Tisha and Kakiri, I love you guys so much. Every time I enter in your streams, you're just so excited to see me and you make me feel so loved and supported. I love you guys so much. I want to collab more with you guys. Um and like just chat through Discord and all that because you guys just make my day. Like every time I hear Tisha say something towards someone, I just have this massive grin on my face. Um, yeah, so I am so thankful for them. Brandon Glovich, that this is someone I have to thank hugely because he was someone who I collabed for the very first time
Yeah.
since that charity event, and he is just such an amazing guy and so supportive and I just feel so welcoming in his community whenever I do take part in his collabs, and no words can describe just how thankful I am with that guy.
Nice. Yeah, we
um
love you, Brendan. Thanks again, buddy. That's a
um
fact.
Also shout out to Lance once again for I wouldn't have been able to talk to you right now and meet all these amazing people if it weren't for
The
him. So
master,
I am
yeah.
super grateful
Shout out
for
for
the
Lance the
master.
Master. Thanks again, buddy. Thanks again for having. He's
um
been on the show like 3 times now, so we love him to
really.
death. Yeah. So
Yeah,
is there
there's
more?
so many. I feel like there's just so many that I would like to thank, but I think I would just
Post
do
credit
that
scene.
during my birthday or my 3 years. My 3 years is coming up in 6 months, I think.
Nice. So you're like that. So okay. So now we got all that out of the way. Now I want to talk about Super Smash Brothers, shall we?
Oh
Yes.
heck yeah.
Because so you're a avid player of the Smash Bros. Yes.
Yes,
Nice.
yes. I
So
wish I was just as good as I am with Tekken. For those who do know me for my Tekken skills, I am quite amazing.
you are a beast at the Tekken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I'm
kept I
decent at
was
Smash.
rewatching. re-watching my last Tekken stream with Namine, and there was just so much funny moments and epic moments. I keep getting better with other like more characters that I've almost lost count which ones are my mains.
Yeah,
But yeah, in terms of Smash, yeah, I'd love to get more better at that. Maybe I need to do some collabs with that game.
if I ever play it, I will let you know because I play
Yes.
on occasion. But who's your favorite Smash character and why besides Sora?
Yeah, Sora's great. So back in Brawl, I used to play as Yoshi and Kirby a lot.
Nice.
And then I think that didn't change much when the next like the Wii U 3DS version came out. But when Ultimate came out, I believe when each one was getting introduced or whatever, I had a list of who I was going to play as soon as the game launched. But I think that changed over time. So I seem to be really good with the Fire Emblem characters. So mainly Marth and Ike. But then Byleth came around, and oh, I love playing as Byleth.
Nice.
But also Crom. I love Crom. I love Crom so much, as well as Roy. That like each of them are kind of unique, whereas some of them are echoes. But I just love fighting as them so much. Um, oh, and I love the fact that Sephiroth and Kazuya from Tekken is uh um are on there. I love playing as them. I felt so proud of myself that I got Sephiroth on hard mode. Like you know how you could have accessed him
Yeah.
early if you achieved that challenge. Um, I didn't think I would get it on hard mode, but I did. Um, but yeah, I feel like there's someone I'm forgetting. Um, No, I think I've listed all the ones, just the Fire
Okay.
Emblem characters, Sephiroth. Oh, yeah, Cloud as well.
Cloud's so
Um,
good.
yeah.
Whenever I fight Cloud, it is a challenge to take down that spiky-haired
Mm.
boy. But like, so my next question is just, I want to talk about Sora for Smash because
Oh,
this is probably my favorite moment in all of gaming, and it probably will be my favorite moment of all time. But just like, what was it like for you, Azza, when you saw Sora revealed for Smash Bros?
okay. Here's something. So, um, I wish I was streaming at that release, but it was like 1 a.m. in the morning for me, I think. Uh, so funny enough, I've seen people's reactions, right? And I was like, am I the only one who heard? Do you know when Sora like gets his keyblade out and it makes that sound?
Yeah.
That sound was made just before the flames erupted and turned into the keyblade. I heard that and I was like, it's
No way.
Sora. I was like, and then I was like, surely I'm not the only one who heard that, right? So I'm like watching every reaction. I'm like, they don't hear it. They did not hear it. What the heck? But so yeah, I was so hyped. But for some reason, I just knew deep down, like when Bayonetta won that ballot vote, in the Wii U version of Smash, I was shocked because I'm like, this seems so out of place. It just doesn't make any sense. And then I started thinking after she was announced, I'm like, what are the chances it was Sora and there was something that happened in the behind the scenes, and it had nothing to do with the fact that he's owned by Disney. I just felt like it had something to do with because of the timing of Awada's passing. So I just felt like I had this gut feeling that he was going to be announced someday. I just didn't want to jinx it. But I'm so happy he was announced in Ultimate rather than back then. I just don't see him working really well if he was on the Wii U,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Did you saw my reaction, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
the floor still has the scars from that. But so why do you think my next question, the topic of the reason why I was so happy because for like damn near 4 or 5 years I was arguing with people online saying it is possible for Sora to
Yeah.
get into Smash Bros. So many
Yeah.
people were saying no, that's not happening because Disney owns them, blah blah blah. And we went back and forth, and it got to a point where I started believing them because I'm like, okay, Sephiroth got in. I don't think Sora's getting in. So I was genuinely surprised when he was in. But why do you think Sora getting into Smash was a pill a lot of people it was hard to swallow? Like, why do you think they refused to believe that was possible?
Um, Part of me thinks they just have something against the fan base.
Yeah.
And like I think the problem was they fought so hard to make like just to prove their point that he wasn't going to be released. Um, I just found it funny, just like how quiet everything went once he was announced. You didn't hear these kind of people talking ever
Yep.
again.
Yep.
And it's like you feel silly now, don't you? um, but yeah, social media is social media. People are gonna be like make an uproar of something to make other people not happy. Um, but yeah, I guess for those who really like us who want Sora in and all that, having that hope and just like accepting what it is what it is. I think we had the better outcome of it because it just was so satisfying having all these people just shut up. Like,
I love that.
seriously,
I
you
love
did not
that.
have to fight so hard to be against something,
Exactly.
just let people love what they love, be hyped for what
Let
they
us be
want.
happy. Let us be happy.
Yeah, let,
Seriously.
let people be happy. Yeah.
So my next question is, Azza, if you were in charge of the next Smash Bros. Game, what is one character that you would put in? If you were in charge of the next character entering Smash Bros., who would it be and why?
Oh, okay. So, can I name one Nintendo character
Yeah,
and
yeah.
one? Yeah. Okay. So for Nintendo character, Dixie Kong. I've been wanting Dixie Kong in Smash for a very long time because Donkey Kong Country 2 was my first Donkey Kong Country game, and I just loved her. She's she's basically the only character that wears pink that I approve of. I'm not a fan of pink, sorry. Um, but yeah, I just love her so much and her gaming mechanic, like using her ponytail as like a helicopter. And when I was I don't know how old I was still kind of like a toddler. Seeing her victory when on the flagpole, and she's like she pulls out her blue electric guitar and starts I was like, oh, I love her so much. I just was hoping for her to be part of Smash in some way. Um but so yeah, she's one I would love to have for the next Smash game for sure. Um, a character that's not from Nintendo, I would love to see either. Uh, I don't know how they'll make this work, but like if they had Neku from The World Ends With You, like just be part of it, that would be awesome. But I just don't know how they would, like, maybe they will put into consideration how the Neo, The One Is With You
Yeah.
gameplay mechanics work. And I could just imagine like his Smash being so epic, so amazing.
Very.
I feel like I had one other one. I'm just trying to.
Well, while you think of that,
Maybe oh, I know, Zidane from Final Fantasy 9.
Okay. I can see
He
that.
would be such fun to play. I enjoyed playing him in Dissidia. So I would love if he was a part of Smash.
I
That'd be
have
so
three
cool.
characters. I want I want Kratos. Now, Kratos,
yeah.
I don't think will ever happen because Nintendo and Sony don't really get along, so that's out the window. But Crash Bandicoot, man, why isn't
Yeah.
he in the game? I want him, or I want either Knuckles, or Knuckles, or a Shadow. Because it's weird to me how there's
Yeah.
only one Sonic character in the game.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like you would think they would add at least one more. Like we got like jokes aside, we got so many Fire Emblem characters. Like what's an extra character from a series that we've got already one character
Yeah.
from?
More, give a shot. It's the year Shadow, Nintendo. Give a Shadow for Smash Bros, please. The people have spoken, yes. So my last
Yeah.
question for Smash Bros is, besides Sora, what was your favorite and least favorite character reveal trailer?
Well, I'm going to immediately for the first 3 seconds to say the one I didn't like revealed is Steve. Okay, moving on to the one of the best reveals. My favorite trailer reveal. Oh,
I didn't like Steve either.
Okay, so there's three of them I really really love, and I don't know which one I love more. So when Banjo-Kazooie was announced,
Yes.
that reveal was so I loved how it was played out. It was similar to the K. Rool trailer, but it was even more funny, and that it was like the Duck Hunt duo trying to be Banjo-Kazooie, and then it's the whole trolling of it, giggling around. That was
Yeah.
best. I think that was better than the K. Rool reveal, because yeah, okay, Kiki is like the same size as K. Rool and all that, but I just like knew it was the Duck Hunt duo for Banjo-Kazooie. And it just made the troll of it even more entertaining and funny. Just seeing everyone's reaction to that, I was just like, this is great. So yeah, definitely that was a great reveal. Oh, I should say though, the Sephiroth reveal again,
So epic. So epic. My God.
and the thing is, like, you heard the slice, and then I was just like, just seconds before, I was like, what a chance this is Sephiroth. And
And
then
it
I hear,
was.
and then the millisecond of duh, like I did have to hear duh duh duh. I heard the duh, and I was like, oh my god, it's Sephiroth. Whereas you had, again, I like to watch people's reactions. It's just such a great watch. So I'm just like, okay, how fast did it take for them to realize? And yeah, that they realized like few seconds after the
Dun,
the
dun,
duh, duh,
dun,
duh.
dun. Yeah,
It's like,
that.
wow, I catch these things pretty quick. Like when it comes to a certain video game note or music, I'll be on it like
That
instantly.
whole trailer.
Put me on a particular theme, video game soundtrack trivia and whatever.
Yeah, that whole trailer was just
I'll be
amazing. All the Advent Children references, see Mario get stabbed, like, oh, it was just so good. But moving away from Smash Bros, speaking of Sora, now let's talk about Kingdom Hearts.
Of course.
About Kingdom Hearts now, shall we? So, Azza, I want to know, so how did you discover Kingdom Hearts, and what was your, like, first reaction when you saw the game for the very first time?
So it's another journey with Kingdom Hearts with me, because the very first time I saw Kingdom Hearts was its trailer. And now, when I was young, I didn't see any video game trailers on TV at all. I don't know where I was if there was such trailers, but I caught Kingdom Hearts by chance, and I saw it, and I didn't have a PS2, but my brother did before he moved out, and I was like telling my mom that, oh, I want to give him this for Christmas for him, but that didn't end up happening. So unfortunately, because I don't have gamer friends or a gaming much, I don't have a gaming family to like talk about video games and such. I didn't really get much of a gaming education, and so just I was at a what happened? I was introduced to Kingdom Hearts 2, and hearing it, I was like, oh, okay, that sounds interesting. And then as soon as I saw like the what was it? The Goey ship or something else. There was a key. There was something key to Kingdom Hearts 2 then that made me think that was the game. That this is the sequel to the game I wanted like ages ago, years ago. So I feel like in some way Kingdom Hearts was calling out to me, and it called out to me again when it was brought back into my life. And so Kingdom Hearts 2 was the very first Kingdom Hearts game I
Oh,
played.
nice.
Yeah,
So was
and
mine.
it's been my favorite, and it's thanks to Kingdom Hearts 2 I actually got a very high score in my final high school exams. So yeah, and it was all because of the theme of belonging, and you know you have like Roxas and the Nobodies and all that. So I didn't think I would pass by the fact of talking about me, my life, and uh, in a video game series. 'Cause I didn't think they would take me seriously, to be honest, because it's like they're not asking for this, but I'm gonna take a risk and do it and see what happens. Um, so yeah,
Amazing.
uh, yeah.
Amazing. So fast forwarding now to Kingdom Hearts 3. So
Hmm.
so that it's going to be the game that split the community. So
Yeah.
well, no, before that, I want to know what was it like for you, Waza, waiting those 5 years, 13 years for Kingdom Hearts 3, and you pop in the disc for the very first time, you see the title screen. What was that moment like for you? Because for me, I was just staring at my TV screen for a good 20, 30 so minutes. I'm just like, Kingdom Hearts 3 is in my PS4. What was that moment for you playing the game for the very first time?
Well, so my experience was I've been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 since I got a PS3. That was the
Yeah.
whole reason why someone I organized a whole group on my 21st to get me a PS3, because we had some idea that like Kingdom Hearts 3 was going to be on PS3. Ha! So I've been waiting for it ever since like then, basically. So yeah, I was experienced through the entire drought of it. I was going from content creator to content creator, just watching everyone's theories and videos and all that. Um, the first two people, pretty much at the same time, I actually subscribed to was HNK and the Gamers Joint. I love watching their content. And so just and then when the trailers started hitting, I was like, finally. So when it eventually came, it was a belated birthday gift to me. So that was like the best birthday gift, whatever year that was, 2019. Um, and yeah, just putting that just when it comes to game releases, I will get up. I'll get up so early to go pick up that game. Other days, nah, I'm sleeping in. So yeah, when I put that, it was, what did we get it? I wasn't sure if I went to a midnight release, but I don't think there was one. I think I was hoping for one. So yeah, I got it first thing in the morning, and then as soon as I put it in, I was getting nervously excited, and then as soon as hearing that menu screen, my heart was fluttering. I was like, this is beautiful. And then like seeing after just letting it sit for a while, I wanted to hear the whole thing before I hit start.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at Sora on the menu screen, and I'm like, there's DLC. I can just picture Kari there.
No
If
way.
is this, yeah, I was like, something's missing. I feel like there's something that needs to be here. Oh, I wonder if we'll get it at the end of the game when we finish. Not exactly, but I still I still predicted it, I guess. But yes, such a beautiful track. I love it. If those who know me, they know I love video game soundtracks, and like Kingdom Hearts, the Kingdom Hearts series
Music is
soundtrack
so
is just
good.
amazing. Love it.
So
Yeah.
is there more, or can I go on to the next question?
Yeah, you can, yeah, go
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Yeah.
So just
Um,
like So when I played Vanilla Kingdom Hearts 3, I liked it. I loved it. It wasn't like it didn't meet my expectations, but they were already pretty high. But I
Yeah.
still the whole overall experience I still genuinely enjoyed. I liked it a lot. But man, that game had people pissed off. Like people were throwing the
Oh
game
yeah.
in the trash and everything. People
Oh
were
yeah. I
furious.
hated that. I hated that. It's like, why?
So just like,
Why?
why do you think a lot of people ended up not liking it, not liking Vanilla Kingdom Hearts 3?
Mm, I think because, and it ended up being fact. I believe because there was so much more that it could have provided base
Yeah,
game. I feel like there was something that was missing. I feel like there was certain scenes that were missing. So I understand, like people's opinion on that. I heard that the game was easy, and I was like, yeah, it is, but I'm not here for the difficulty right now. I'm here for the story. I want to process the story, like every little detail, okay? I don't care about the difficulty right now. And I just had a feeling that there was going to be like an increased difficulty down a DLC eventually. So I wasn't too fussed about the difficulty. Um but yeah, I think how the layout of each Disney World was. I think the Disney World that stands out to me to most, that ends up being the strongest uh well, and even more well loved, is the Caribbean. Um I was amazed about like
yeah,
that. Well, that was just, you basically had two different levels of that world where you are exploring on the top, you're exploring underwater. I feel like it was probably one of the most massive Disney worlds, basically, and I think it just had a lot of uh things to do, and it's not just pretty much straightforward like how um there was one that was just so simple. Maybe it was Tangled. I don't know. There was one that was just, oh, you're there and then you're done. Like it was
yeah,
it was it was so much quicker than the other areas. Like I would say Olympus was a decent amount of length.
yeah.
That even that had three different levels of things to do and places to go. So, but yeah, I think the Caribbean was just probably the only world that I think they liked, and then they didn't like the rest. And I guess what falls short was the San Francisco world. I wish there was more to that
Yeah,
world.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
I
not gonna
agree.
lie.
I agree. Yeah.
It's just to have just the garage, and then the only kind of exploring we have is just to play these certain mini games that
Yeah.
that did make the world fall short. Otherwise, I would have loved that world. I thought it would have been my favorite. But when it comes to Kingdom Hearts series in general, I tend to favor the non-Disney worlds. Like, and when I mean non-Disney worlds, I'm talking about endgame stuff. I love the endgame stuff,
The
like
graveyard.
versing the final bosses, and yeah, Keyblade Graveyard. That was such a, words can't describe how hyped I was. Like, just everything about that area was just these fights after fights, and they're so unique and different, and I'm just having a blast. And then the certain scenes that happen, so good. I believe you're going to ask me about Remind in a
At
bit,
some
so
point,
I'll
yeah.
leave.
I will say
Yeah.
this: my least favorite world was the Winnie the Pooh world. I was not a fan at all. I love Winnie the Pooh,
Yeah,
but it's
three
just
minigames and you're done. Yeah, so that, yeah, another world that was like do three things, you're done.
I'm like
It was very
we're
underwhelming.
playing Candy Crush in the Pooh world. I was not a fan at
Yeah.
all. It was torture, to be honest. But yeah. So, I'm sorry. Were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say it just felt so out of place, like how they replaced Eeyore as well.
You're
Um,
right. Yeah.
it just didn't feel right to me because the world needs to learn characters like Eeyore and how like
We
he
love
had
Eeyore.
such a great support system with his friends. I kind of relate to Eeyore. It's I believe I've got a Pandora charm on something. But yeah, I always adored Eeyore. I feel like I relate to him so much. So I felt a bit like disappointed and confused too as why they would get rid of him. And some people wouldn't even know who the heck Heffalump is. I didn't watch that movie. I was
that
probably
movie.
like a teen by
I
then.
saw the movie as a kid, so I'm like, oh, is that one character from that one movie I did not see?
Yeah.
But yeah, so just but like for me, all my issues with Kingdom Hearts 3 was solved with the Remind DLC. My God, literally every single issue, from the attacks to the weapons to just the boss fights, it made a good game even better. That's my two cents. It's like a lot of my friends who did not like vanilla Kingdom Hearts 3, Remind, they fell in love. Now for me, Kingdom Hearts 3 plus Remind is my favorite game in the whole series. I love it that much. But how about you?
Yeah.
Like, did Remind solve all your issues also?
I believe so. Like as I was saying earlier in the stream, I was saying how like it's like Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3 are kind of like fighting for the top place for me.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, Kingdom Hearts 2 is the nostalgic number one, I guess, from now. But Kingdom Hearts 3 it is so good. And I just could see it getting even better now with like now that like the next one will be on PS5.
Yeah.
And we'll probably will like that one more. Who knows? But yeah, Remind just it solved or like answered some things. It actually added content that I wanted in the base game. And like just the limit, as I said, the limit cart bosses and the secret boss was just so much fun, despite some of them being so painfully annoying. Yeah, it was. I'm so glad they did that. I would have been disappointed if they didn't. Because so I'm someone who loves JRPG stories. I love the stories. I love the lore. I'm a Kingdom Hearts lore master. I like to know every single detail. So when they don't answer a certain thing that should have been answered a long time ago, I'm like, come on, answer this.
My next question, Azza, is when the fuck is Kingdom Hearts 4 coming out?
Okay, so I believe it is not next year. I feel like it is going to be in 2026, and it will because they definitely want it out before the third part of the 7 remake trilogy comes out. I believe they want it out before then. Because I also believe there was some people who are working on Kingdom Hearts they've also been working on like, I don't know if some of them were working for Final Fantasy 16, but I know they were definitely working on Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. So like now that's done, they can progress more with 4, and I just believe, yeah, definitely 2026. I want to say.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I've said that since literally day one, 2026. And now people are like, yeah, that's possible. But I will gladly wait longer. Take your time, Square.
Oh, yeah.
Don't rush this game. Please take your time. Yeah. And for God's sakes, don't over-promote the game again. Please. I literally watched like 3 or 4 trailers of Cage 3 and I stopped watching because they were showing off way too much in the trailers, just saying.
Yeah, I can agree. I can agree. If I think when I started playing like Kingdom Hearts 3, I think I tried to push everything out. Like everything I saw in the trailers, I didn't remember what I saw. So I guess I'm glad my mind had that kind of mind
wash
thinking.
it out. Yeah.
But yeah, I think the final trailer shouldn't have wasn't needed. I
The
think.
Dark Aqua reveal should not have, and Sora fighting Aqua in that should not have been revealed. God, anyway. But
Yeah.
going back to Cage 4, what worlds do you want in Kingdom Hearts 4?
Okay. I was thinking. I was thinking Coco would be a good one. And
Yes.
what made me think of Coco is the based on what was happening in Dark Road, like what happened to those uh Keyblade wielders that were doing their exam, and basically they lost their lives, and but they were seen in the underworld in Olympus. And so that got me thinking they could totally do that again, but it's like as if we would I don't know how they would do this, but it's like if certain characters were searching for Sora, they could somehow enter the world of Coco and try to see where, because they might think he is possibly gone in some sort of extent. That's why he disappeared out of thin air at the ending. So I feel like that would work perfectly. I would also think I don't know how this would work. It could work as something like 100 Acre Wood or something like a little Easter egg or something that you can do with the elementals. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they could do something with that. I don't know how, but I feel like that would be interesting to see. But I've spoken to I think I've only spoken to my partner about this, but I was like, I will not be disappointed if, because like you have Sora who's in Quadratum at the moment, and just thinking about like how it looked when first facing Yuzora and that cutscene and all that, it just part of me wants to like have this, like I'll be so excited but I know they won't do this. I'll be so excited if they did something like through Quadratum, like Sora can't enter Disney worlds but can enter Final Fantasy worlds.
Ooh, I like
So
that.
yeah, so
I like
and
that.
then like I wouldn't, and then like they would not do this whatsoever, but it's like what if the Final Fantasy Radiant Garden crew actually have amnesia and they didn't come from Radiant Garden, they actually were brought there for a purpose there, so they're actually they actually live in their Final Fantasy worlds, but they had some sort of role to be in Radiant Garden or something. I know that's not going to happen, but yeah, if Sora was to explore the Square Enix world, Final Fantasy, and The World Ends With You, we need another interaction with Neku in the game, and having
I
Rindo
love
there
that.
would even be better. I think something like that would be amazing to experience. And
I like
then
that idea.
you have like the Sea Salt Trio and the Wayfinder Trio, just all these different trios going visiting different Disney worlds looking for Sora. So like kind of have like a, oh, you're this person, that like what they did with 3, where you became Aqua or you became Riku,
Yeah.
but more exploring more as different characters. That would be amazing. I could see them doing
I
something like
love
that.
that. Square, hire this woman right now. I love that. I never even thought about that concept. I like that. But I'm glad you brought up Final Fantasy, because now we're going to talk about Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
7
before you
Rebirth.
continue,
Yeah?
Quadratum means square, so that's why I thought Square Enix games for Sora to visit as well.
Mind blown. That's
Yeah,
just a
mine.
theory, an Azza theory.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, so how has the remake and rebirth experience been like for you? And when do you think the third game is coming out?
Okay, so I was so hyped and excited for 7 remake ever since they kind of announced it back in, what was it, 2013, 2015 or
Yeah.
something. And I enjoyed every second of remake. I was because of the pandemic, right? We were supposed to get it March 10th in Australia, but because of the pandemic, and that was like a long Easter weekend, shops would be closed. So I was constantly contacting my local EB Games, just like, this is a public holiday. Where can we get it? I don't want to get it any later. And so we actually got it on April 1st. I was sleeping. I got a sleep in. It was almost midday. I get a text saying on April 1st, come pick up 567 remake. I'm like, what? This has to be a joke, right? No, it was not a joke. We got to experience it like 8 days or 7 days before, no, 10 days before everyone else. So I was very thankful for that. But yeah, 7 Remake was such an amazing experience. I was so happy with the honeybee and the mini game to do that. I was so thrilled for that. I was happy how my cloud turned out to be in the end. And just I love how I am appreciative and glad 7 Remake ended up being the way it did, because we're not getting a full remake, we're getting like some sort of sequel in a sense. And like having references from Advent Children, especially in Rebirth, I was just like, oh, they're hinting something strong here. Like, there's some people who weren't picking that up. I was like, really? Have you watched the movie? But yeah, I enjoyed every second of Remake. And then when Intermission came out, oh, playing as Yuffie was so good. And I grew attached to Sonon so much.
Love him.
I'm gonna mention him in a sec, but so yeah, Rebirth, game of the year. I do not see any game topping Rebirth. There's no way it's even possible. I keep rewatching my streams.
Love that
I really
game.
should do like a highlight video of my streams, because again, not many people came in to watch, so you didn't see the most amazing expressions and reactions on my face. There's this one stream I always go back to because you just see me cracking so hard of like Red 13 in the soldier outfit. And just like his dialogue from that was just so priceless. And even before then, on the cruise ship, did you walk Cloud towards where the people were doing
Yep, and he did like the pose, yeah. I'm like, and I love small things like that.
I ran into it and I was like, oh, and then I was like, what the heck is that? I laughed so hard that I was crying. I had to step away to grab tissues because that was too funny. Just see Claire just stand there go, and like the Gone Saucer, oh, so satisfying. I am so pleased with what they did, because with the OG 7, when it came to the play side of things, you just had to remember some lines and then choose if you wanted to kiss the dragon or kiss whoever you had with you. But yeah, just doing the like that whole Loveless play, doing it in style of what we did for like a dance mini game kind of thing, but this was like a time attack kind of thing. Oh, I enjoyed every second of that. I was having a blast on that stream. I think that was one of my favorite streams I did.
I don't know where to begin with Rebirth. I really can't.
It's just so much in there that I just love so much. And yes.
One of my favorite memories is I woke up randomly at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I could not stop crying thinking about Aerith, and you know why. So like no game this year will have that profound effect on me. No game. And but going past that, what was your reaction when the Kayla Pierce gave you a personal shout out?
I had a massive grin on my face and my eyes started welling up, because it happened on a day of the worst days. I I wasn't. I'm not trying to cry. I'm just.
Greg,
I
stay
don't know.
hydrated.
Yeah. So, um, something happened with my car,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't in the car, so it was a bit frustrating that it got into one. I always seem to have people who um borrow my car or they drive my car and it gets into an accident.
Mm-hmm.
So I and then a lot of other things were happening on that day as well. And I was just not happy, and I hated that I missed it on like when you went live with Caleb. So seeing that video, like seeing that clip, it just made my day. And then as you know, I went through something
Yeah.
ridiculous and intense and all that, and I rewatched it again, and I'm just like, I needed that. So thank you so much for asking him to do that in Zach's voice. I greatly appreciate it. Zach Fair is one of my favorite
I love
characters
Zach.
in
And we
Five
love
Days
you,
7.
Caleb, so much.
Love you, Caleb. Yeah, I loved. So I'm glad Zach had a story. I'm glad he uh got his own game and he was explored more,
Mm-hmm.
because in the OG nobody really knew much of him, and you wouldn't know more than you would have if you didn't go back to Nibelheim and go to a certain area in the miniature to like trigger that cutscene. So yeah, I'm glad his story has been told, and I'm so happy that he was more involved in Rebirth, and I'm so excited
Yes.
for what he might be in the third game. It's going to be pure epicness.
And I can't wait. So my last question regarding FF7 is, what do you think the third game will be called? I think FF7 Return. I think.
Return. I've thought this through, like, because obviously I if it would be weird if they did say reunion.
Yeah.
Like, but at the same time, it would kind of make sense, because like I feel like there'll be an actual proper reunion with
Yeah.
Cloud and Zack. But I always thought revive.
Ooh,
Um,
I like that.
because, and this will probably make some Aerith fans happy, is if you somehow like revive Aerith in some way. But
Oh.
um or the revive could be the description of like the fact that the entire time we're not really seeing Sephiroth. This is just a like a spark or a little figmentation of him, and he's not physically there. So like we could be properly, now with the black material we are reviving him. So that you can think about it that way. But oh, I feel like I had another rename. Rename, that would be funny.
Rename. Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
um oh, reunite was
I like
another one I
that.
thought of. So again, it's like revive and reunite are kind of similar namings, things that I thought, oh yeah, that would be a good
I
name.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember someone said Requiem, and I think that kind of fits too. But something about Return, I mean, to me, just fits so well. I feel like.
Hmm.
But we actually have to like wrap this up soon because we are actually over an hour now.
Ooh.
We're at like an hour.
Oh,
We're almost at an hour and 30 minutes because we just have so much to like get. I love talking with
yeah.
friends because time goes by so fast. So my last
Sorry
question.
if my answers were long.
It's completely okay. It's because I love your answers. You give like the best answers. Love it. But my next question will be my last question. For actually, quickly give us your thoughts on Tears of the Kingdom and stuff.
I loved it. I think it was a perfect sequel.
Me
I
too.
feel like there should have been more DLC, to be honest.
Yes.
I feel like
Yes.
I feel like something should have been added. Like if there was something like similar, like Windmaker had this like trials thing where you're in different levels and you do like a kind of boss rush kind of thing. Um or just something more story. I love story, as you can tell. I would love to have seen like a side story thing with the new champions. I feel like they should have been explored more, or we should have discovered new mysteries and about certain things that are happening. I wanted to know what the Zonai life was like rather than the cutscenes. But other than that, I think it was really, I loved it. It was my game of the year of last year,
Such a good
but
game.
but
But
Five Fantasy 16 happened, and I
so
thought
good.
so hard. I was like, I really think Tears of the Kingdom is, but then no. I did a collab for someone's YouTube channel where we had to talk about a game that made us emotionally wrecked, and 16 was that game. Like,
Yeah.
never have I cried so much like during a video game.
It was so good.
Oh, so good. Like, and that's why it was my game of the year, just because of the story, the
The
powerful
combat.
emotions, the combat, the music. It just, everything was just so strong and powerful. It deserved more nominations than it was given, really. Um, Best narrative, best soundtrack, best, oh, everything. It was so
Everything.
good.
Yeah. I think like whenever the Super Switch comes out or the successor to the Switch,
Yeah.
I hopefully would love for them to re-release Breath and Tears, and you can play at
Mm,
60 frames. I will gladly rebuy the game at
mm.
that. I love those games,
Oh yeah,
but
if
playing at 12 frames is not fun.
yeah, yeah. If that's like, if they can't upgrade it from the Switch cartridge itself, yeah, I would buy it
In
again.
a heartbeat.
Like, no
So
questions. Yeah, no question asked.
my last question is, so next year is going to be Reconnect 2.0. And if one of the mods could do me a favor and post the link to Reconnect in chat, please and thank you, to buy your tickets and stuff whenever they're available. But like, what what would you say are the odds of you going, and what do you think about Reconnect as a whole?
Okay, so I, because of you and because of others, I did some research,
Nice.
because the last time I spoke to you about this was the fact, because I have epilepsy, I have to take medication, and when it comes to medication, countries restrict that unless you have a doctor's letter describing all the medications that you take for it. And you've also got to keep it in its packaging. So if, like, I have mine in like little container things for my throughout the week thing, so I don't forget. But they want you to have it in their packaging and have a doctor's letter. So it is possible for me to travel overseas.
Yes.
The main issue here for me is money,
Yeah.
because I don't work. The only kind of income I get is like from Twitch when I do enough, and even then it's still little. And then I get some thing for my disability pension, but even with that,
Yeah.
that goes towards my health insurance. So it's like it's going back and forth. I don't have any of that to keep for myself. So it's really hard for me to find. I would, if there was some miracle where I was able to go, I would not hesitate for a second.
Maybe you can
If
do
if
a
I
GoFundMe, maybe?
if people, if I could have friends like help me set that up and all of that, that's something I wanted to properly set up my coffee account and other things, just to help me provide me and all that. But I'm just this sheepish little
I
person, just
would
like, help.
gladly donate to the GoFundMe, gladly. Like,
But
see
yeah,
how
just to
much you would
help.
need. Yeah.
just to help set it up even too, because I'm like, I don't know what to do.
I
This
got
is
you
so
in that.
overwhelming.
And then we can help you promote it. We will help donate.
Yeah.
We have a whole year to prepare. We will
Yes.
100% help you with that because we love you like that, Azza.
Because yeah, if you guys really want to see me, we should make this happen somehow.
Yes, yes. So stay tuned, everybody, for the GoFundMe. But with that being said, now let's end the show with the fan favorite section of the show. Say with me, called Top 10 Questions
10
on
questions.
Motown Downtown.
Top 10 questions. Hey, you got the questions? Top 10 questions. I got the answers. Top 10, top 10, top 10 questions. Better get your answers ready.
Where I will ask my guests 10 questions courtesy of Inside the Actors Studio. So, Azza, are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. So my first question is, what is your favorite word?
My favorite word, I thought long and hard, but this has to be a word that is emphasized. I've mentioned it before. It brings a smile to my face and a grin and laughter because it's filled with such love. It's when my friends call me awesome.
Nice. That's hilarious. Well, I'll call you that when I see you at Reconnect next year.
It's like just have a row of people say it. They come running towards me.
I would love to do that. Yeah.
I'll be like, ah.
So, what is your least favorite word?
So for me, I know most people in your past episodes have said moist.
Yeah, it's always
That
moist.
that doesn't bother me. It's just a word to me. It's
Yeah.
just weird. I would say any kind of like dirty sound like words like fungus or bacteria or just anything dirty words. I'm just like, if you're not going to hear me say it, it's because I don't like to say it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, Azza, what makes you happy?
My streamer friends, you, Tisha, Kikiri, Namine, Lifa, Shinky,
Aww.
everyone, all my streamer friends, you guys mean more to me than you know. So,
Aw,
yes.
Thank you. And what makes you upset?
People who just get away with the worst thing. They get away with it, like, and people who don't like listen. So I'm someone who is there for my friends. I'm so supportive, and because in the majority of my life I'm on the bench. I'm seeing things on the sidelines, seeing how people interact and all whatnot. So when I see one of my friends a bit concerned about something and how a certain friend is treating them, I would be honest and try to like and support them and say, look, they're not being a real friend by doing this to you. And this is like where it gets a bit bittersweet, where say a month goes by and the next thing, that same person who didn't listen to me comes back and says, I wish I listened to you, or I wish I chose you, when it came to certain things where they were choosing someone else because such and such, but they regret it now and wish that they chose me. It's like, I've been here all this time. I've been nothing but like supportive, whatever. The fact that I'm just an afterthought, it just really stings, and that does upset me a bit. Which is why, again, I love all my streaming friends so much, because you're supportive, you're thoughtful, you know you can always rely on me, and like I always feel relieved when I've had you guys come to me if you just need someone to listen to or whatever.
Aww.
I would respond and I'll be like, oh, did I say too much or did I say the wrong thing? And they reassure me by saying, this helped me so much. I greatly appreciate you listening to me, and they pretty much love my answers. They are very supportive. They have someone they can trust in, and
Gotcha.
that's something I've been wanting people to see on my off-screen life. But I think the best reward of this is that you guys get to experience that with me, and not the ones who don't deserve it.
That was the best answer ever, Azza. Thank you so much. The best answer this season. Thank you for that.
Oh.
Yeah, so, what sound or noise do you love?
I love the sound of Moogles saying "Kubo."
What sound or
Kubo, Kubo.
what sound or noise do you hate?
Screeching, like really screeching sounds, or like
Chalkboard.
Yeah, I got ugh.
Same here. Goosebumps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Azzatheace, what is your favorite curse word?
I don't swear. The closest thing you're gonna get from me is like bullshit or dang.
We'll go with that. We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Yeah, you'll hear me say dang or dang it a lot when it comes to playing fighter games, so that's all you'll hear me say.
We'll say gosh darn it for now then.
Yeah.
And
dang.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
You know what? It's funny that I was mentioning about like helping others and being supportive and listening to them and all that. There was a point where I was being told I would be a great psychologist.
Yeah.
And I think I would love to do that for my friends. And so that's what I'm already doing. But another one, voice acting. I would love to voice act.
I can 100% see that happening. What profession would you not like to attempt?
Anything dirty. Anything like garbage, mud, dirt.
Cleaning toilets
Anything
and
that's
stuff.
such a mess. Yeah, I just can't. I wouldn't be able to handle the sense of smell, the after smell after you get home from it. Not worth it. Not worth it at all.
100% agree. Okay, for the last question, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
You've done well. Would you like to respawn?
One more round of applause, please, for my amazing, incredible, super kind friend, first Australian on the show, Azzatheace. Thank you so much for coming on to the show, to Motown Downtown, and for being a fantastic guest. Probably one of my favorite interviews I've done so far this season. So thank you very much again. So I'm gonna go find some. Anytime. I'm gonna find somebody to a raid. So how about some departing words?
Okay. If you're having a bad day, it's okay. It's just one day. Find something that you love and passionate about to be distracted. It may not get rid of the pain, but it will ease it off as long as you're distracted. Talk to your loved ones. Talk to the people that are there to support you. Be sure to, if you're like a new person watching, be sure to follow Mo. He's such a loving, supportive.
And follow Azza. One more shout out for Azza, please. We're gonna go raid my friend Big Papa ETJ. He's playing FF7, FF8 remastered actually. Or is it? Yeah, is it? Whatever. But anyways, I think it's 9. Anyway, but yeah. What do you want the raid message to be, Azza?
I have no idea.
We'll go with gosh darn it. Actually, we'll go with a Kupo.
Kupo, yeah.
Copy and paste that in his chat. But yeah, thank you again for coming out, sweetheart. Love you to have a great rest of your day, because I know it's like morning for you right now.
It's like almost 1
Give her a follow, everyone. She's the best. Thank you again. And I will be back, not next week, but the week after. So I'll catch you all next time, okay? Have a fantastic weekend, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.